adjust the sound as you want. Okay, this is actually from the book after the comic book code, which I'm still working on. This is like Teeth in the Night. It's going to be a vampire spoof with Holly and Cal, my two main characters. What has gone on before? Holly and Cal spent Christmas in the always foggy and winter town of Hillymore. Sounds like Hillmore, my hometown. Holly's little Swedish Lutheran hometown, where they fought an infestation of vampires. And when things looked darkest for Holly and Cal, Cal got down on his knees and proposed, and Holly accepted. And then the Army, Police, Navy, Marines, Super Stormtroopers, and Super Werewolves swooped down on the vampires and took care of them. Yes, they will be married. Cal told Holly that she needed to have a large super-powered wedding to please her super-powered fanboys and fangirls. And there's hundreds of thousands of them. Holly grudgingly accepted that, after Cal promised her that he would plan the wedding like a large comic book convention, which she loves. Cal said he would meet Holly for a church service at Hillymore. He had business to take care of, so he wouldn't be there till 10:30. Holly's powers: flight, super strength and toughness, super telekinesis, a nasty temper, and blonde Amazon good looks. And a crush that she's had on the character of Batman since he was about 10 years old. Cal's powers: super intelligence and Batman-like body armor and gadgets. Chapter 98, the chapter with a small surprise. The entrance to the Hillymore Lutheran Church, the Sunday after Christmas, 10:30 a.m. All were accounted for, all were safe, and one stood waiting, a bit melancholy. Holly wore a simple gray pantsuit for the Sunday service. She stood on the cement patio before the wide wooden church doors. Childhood memories of after-church coffee, pastries, and Scandinavian calm conversations, into which she had proudly injected comic book culture, danced through her head. Here comes more culture, thought Holly, hearing a familiar roar. The Intellecticar screeched to a halt, looming into two parking spaces. Still wearing his Batman-esque costume, cape, and cowl, Cal leaped up the couple dozen 20-foot cement steps leading to the patio in a few bounds. With a flying somersault, he landed feet first and tall beside Holly. He glowered his grim gaze upon her and growled, "We have to go to church." Holly was amused. "You didn't have time to change, huh?" She looked wistfully at the church doors. "I love Pastor Garrison's sermons, mostly about life around Lake Woe Is Me." She sighed. "I wish our wedding could be here." The doors opened. Pastor Garrison's face and voice were Buster Keaton deadpan. "I forgot my sermon notes. Guess I'll have to fall back on wedding vows." Holly craned her neck to look past him and into the sanctuary. Looking back on her were her hometown friends and family sitting on one side of the pews, Cal's friends and family on the other. Super friends were there also: Dan Mann, Tiger Lady Pat, Juanita Sanchez, Benny the Rubber Cop, Joyce and Harvey Splendor, and Sven and Ava. Her Uncle Pop stood at the altar, resplendent in his 4-star general uniform. Cal's mother and father stood there also, suited and gowned for a wedding. Harvey Splendor and Joyce waved from the pews, along with a few other super speed supers. "It took us only 20 minutes to run the whole Cal side of the family up here," he said. Cal kissed Holly's hand. "Merry Christmas, Holly." Holly's mouth hung open. Then she smirked at Cal and the pastor. "You sneaks! You wonderful, wonderful sneaks!" She hugged both of them at once, then she looked at her suit. "This will have to do for a wedding dress. Oh well, I never really liked all that fancy white stuff." Cal pulled a red boat clothing store box from under his cape. "I calculated that." Holly took the box, removed the ribbon, and peeked inside. She slammed the lid shut, hugged the box to her chest, and panted happily, faster and faster. "I gotta put this on right now!" She scampered to the bathroom. Cal and the pastor walked down the aisle. Just as they took their places at the altar, Holly's joyous super voice sang, "I feel pretty, oh so pretty, so super and dark as the night." Oops. You heard that out there, didn't you? The congregation chuckled. A beaming Holly slowly stepped down the aisle to the organ music played by her great Aunt Barbara, 90 and still going strong. One of her young cousins loudly whispered, "Mommy, that's not a wedding dress." Mommy said, "It's what Holly likes." It was a Batwoman wedding costume, complete with cape and black bridal veil. Cousin Steve wolf whistled when Holly walked past him, another round of chuckles. Pastor Garrison ran through the ceremony and got to the vows with before the Super Bowl efficiency. He recited and Holly repeated, improvising a little. "I, Holly Grail Svensson, take you, California Smith, to be my lawfully wedded husband, my constant friend, my mentor and bat boy, my superpower sparring partner, and my soulmate from this day forward. I offer you my solemn vow to be with you in sickness and health, in joy and sorrow, and in good times and bad, really bad when you make me eat lutefisk to maintain my kryptonite immunity. I promise to honor and respect you, to love and cherish you, and to try to keep up with your super intellectual calculations for as long as we both shall live." Cal precisely recited from his photographic memory. "I, California Smith, the intellectual, take you, Holly Grail Svensson, to be my wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish, and to help you defeat every supervillain stratagem thrown at you, from this day forward till death do us part," and likely beyond, because superheroes often get better from that. Pastor Garrison said, "I now pronounce you bad husband and super wife." He inhaled through his nose and turned his over-the-glasses gaze to Cal. "But you may not yet kiss the bride." Holly's head snapped towards the pastor. Her super yelp rattled the old stained glass windows. "What?" The pastor smiled calmly. "Holly, with you being so busy saving our town—" "From a terrible toothy fate!" shouted Dan. Pastor Garrison nodded and continued. "You did not get to hear a hymn that I know you love. We thought you'd like to hear it now." Ole and Martha spoke out. "Yeah, sure, you betcha. We all wanted to hear that hymn too." The pastor faced the choir director. "Hit it, Professor." The choir director waved her wand. The choir members in the first row took out handbells from the robes and held them forward. This song is "Ring the Bells" by the Hillmark Covenant Church Choir, my hometown. Swinging loose-leaf arms in perfect tune, the choir rang their handbells, then began to sing. Cal saw Holly's face go Christmassy. Her blinking blue eyes were tree lights. Her hair was blonde tinsel. Holly reached up and took off Cal's cowl. Cal wiped off his single Batmanly tear and took off Holly's veil. They embraced, closed their eyes, and kissed while Holly slowly levitated them 6 feet off the floor. The congregation stood and applauded. A medal popped off Pop's pride-swelling chest. Holly and Cal broke the kiss and warmed each other's face with loving smiles and glistening eyes. Then Holly noticed the bearded man in the robe one floating behind Cal. It's Jesus and Mary. They were transparent and glowed like Jedi ghosts. "Only you can see and hear us," the woman said. "It's a Holy Grail hologram thing." She smiled impishly. "You will go to the Dagobah system." Holly's teary blinking went to slow white. "Thanks for coming, Grandma and Grandpa." The bearded man nodded. "You're welcome, thou good and faithful fangirl."